and we hope in the future to work with her as she brings that idea to Kenya and spreads it out to our underprivileged societies, providing internet capabilities to those who do not have access to these services. So we are very proud and happy to have that association with Liza, not just during this week, but in the future. Not to take up too much of your time, because I know you want Liza up here to answer your questions. So we'd just like to congratulate Liza for getting this far in The Apprentice, and we want to wish her well and let you know that the whole of Kenya is rooting for you. Thank you.
Hello everybody, how are you doing today? I am so excited to be here. As you heard from my sister, Liza Mucheru, Oyaka, I have just arrived into the country yesterday on British Airways. It was a long flight and just barely had a few hours of sleep. And so just excited to start the day today and finalize my itinerary for the trip and figuring out how we're really going to focus on launching Power Up. A little bit about Power Up. Power Up is actually a pilot program for my company that I started in Texas to provide opportunities for children to have technology integration into their education. And so at this time, I would like to welcome any questions from the press. If there are no questions, then I really encourage you to follow me as I go through my trip. There's going to be a lot of things going on. This afternoon, we're going to be having Thanksgiving service for my father at All Saints Cathedral. And then we're also going to be having a launch at Craft Silicon. We're going to be showcasing the mobile ice cream bus. And at that time, I'm going to be able to talk a little bit more about Power Up and how it can impact Kenya in technology education for children. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, including a golf tournament. So I encourage you to follow me as I go through my week here in Kenya. I'm excited to be here. I thought it would be very exciting to be here at this time because as being the next apprentice, I don't know when the next time I'm going to get a chance to come to Kenya, especially working for Mr. Trump. I'm sure he'll want me to work really hard for him. So I'm glad to be here at this time in the hopes of launching this program and keeping it going forward as I become the next apprentice. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Some questions.
Oh, do you have questions? Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't give you a chance to ask questions. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Okay, go ahead.
Hi. Hi, my name is Leila Adam.
Hi.
I'm with KTN.
Hi.
And I wanted to know, how do you feel being the first Kenyan to make it to the top 4?
It's amazing. And not only just being the first Kenyan, because I'm the only Kenyan who's doing it, but also just in general, making it that far, I really feel excited. I feel like I have really pushed hard and my hard work has really paid off.
Hi Liza, how are you? My name is Joel,
Hi.
Radio Africa. Let me ask you a question. Maybe you can briefly describe to us how has the learning capacity started in the apprentice, the nursing stage. So far it has been growing journey, I know, making it to the last 4, I know it has been hard work. Please, can you tell us how has it been, when you are in the other contestants in terms of you want you to become the next apprentice? How has it been?
It's been really exciting for me. In fact, the journey to become a contestant from The Apprentice started a long time ago. I have a full-time job where I work as Associate Director of Texas A&M University of graduate program. So I manage a graduate program for the university. And then I also have my business where I have employed people to manage the company for me and teach the classes for my kids. And so going on The Apprentice and being cast as one of the candidates on the show was really sort of like the perfect opportunity for me to showcase all the skills that I have learned and all the hard work that I've put into everything that I've been able to achieve for myself. Being on The Apprentice, like I said, it was exciting, but at the same time it was very grueling. It was tough, very tough. They would give us like 24 hours to come up with a commercial. And I mean, we have to scout location, props, models. It's just a ridiculous amount of time to accomplish a big task. And so it was a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings. I'll be able to talk a lot more about this as we keep going on this trip that I'm going to be here for. But I'm really, really excited to tell you all about how this great experience has really affected me.
One last question. If you are today, you are both the host of the apprentice, Donald Trump. How do you rate him? Is he someone who is who hashes people, the contestants? How is he in terms of you trying to give you the very best and for you to go ahead and get into the last one? That's what I mean.
I do have to say that the opportunity to be on The Apprentice was amazing. The fact that I got selected by Mr. Trump because we interviewed with him was just amazing. And I got to get a little taste of what it's like to work in a big corporate environment. I got to learn all about all the different skills that you need to have if you're working in a team with people that are cutthroat and trying to get you out. So I really, really am grateful to Mr. Trump for giving me this opportunity to learn and grow. I feel like I have grown, miles and bounds, and it's just amazing the person who I am today. My business is doing a lot better because I have come from The Apprentice with even more ideas. So I feel like I went on a business boot camp, and I'm so grateful to Mr. Trump for giving me that opportunity.
Hi, Liza.
Hi.
My name is Judy. Hi, Judy. Hi, with yourself. Now, what has been your worst moment or best moment throughout that journey?
My best moment on this journey was actually just sitting in the boardroom the first week in front of Mr. Trump. I had been an avid fan of The Apprentice, and so when I sat in that boardroom and he was giving us feedback of how we did in our first task, that was my best moment, because then that's when I knew, you know what, I'm sitting here and I am on The Apprentice, and it's amazing. The worst moment was when Mr. Trump actually fake fired me. That was my worst experience on The Apprentice, but it ended up being my best. And so it's all about just taking what comes to you and making it the best moment, and I did that, and I think that is what made me become the Final Four, and that's probably what's going to make me become the next Apprentice.
How has the family supported you throughout?
I have an amazing family. I think in anything you do in life, you really do have to have a foundation. You have to have a solid support system, and I am definitely not lacking in that. I have a huge, huge support system here in Kenya, and an even bigger support system in the U.S. My husband, 2 kids, my parents-in-law, it's just amazing, amazing, all the support that I've gotten to be able to achieve what I have achieved and also be the next Apprentice. So I'm just so excited that I have a family that can support me.
Hi.
Hi.
We wanted to know why technology as children. Why did you choose that?
Well, I have a background in computer science. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, so I've always been passionate about computers. And then I have 2 boys. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And while they were going through school, being the computer scientist I am, I couldn't understand how schools couldn't integrate technology into their learning. At home, I constantly put them on the computer, and they were just going above and beyond. And so the passion to really bring this to my kids' school is really what led this business to grow. It started off as a little hobby, a little thing just so that my kids at their school can have that opportunity. And sure enough, I started getting calls from all the different schools saying, hey, we want this Texas thing you got started, And I think a lot of businesses are successful because the people running them and the people behind them are passionate about what they're doing. It's not necessarily about how much money you're making. It's more about who you're affecting, the opportunities you're providing. And that is why I think it is so important to bring power up to Kenya, because this is where I was born, this is where I come from. And I think I've figured out a formula of how to bring this technology integration to children, and I think this is the place to bring it to.
And maybe what can Kenyans learn from that?
I'm sorry?
What can Kenyans learn from that?
I strongly believe that I have built a business model for integrating technology into school that's sort of like a no-brainer. It's 100% no cost for the school. I really, really believe that bringing this to Kenya will really open the doors to a lot of children and youth to see themselves in the future.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
I'm Dr. from KTN.
Hi.
I just want to know, we see Donald Trump on TV, he's this very rough man, tough man. So probably could just tell us something about how is he as a person, really?
Mr. Trump he's really an amazing person. We all know that he's an amazing businessman. He has come from, a recession where he lost a lot of money, and now he has more money than he even had when he went into the recession. And that is really a story for everyone to know that even if you're faced with adversity, you really do still have to step up and work as hard as you can to make it happen. And I really admire him for that, and I was just really excited to be face-to-face with somebody who has made it happen and has come from the really low lows and the really high highs. So it's really great to see somebody like that as a mentor.
I think maybe one last question. Yes. I wanted to know, what do you think your chances are, given your performance up to now?
My performance up to now has been solid. Of course, there's a lot of editing in the show, but I do have to say that the opportunity that Mr. Trump gave me and the fact that I am Final Four really does show that I am the candidate to become the next apprentice. And I have worked really, really hard to be where I am in the show and in general. And so being the next apprentice is really a no-brainer. I am going to be the next apprentice. Yes.
You do work to complete your project in time, or you work to extensively complete your project?
The projects that I have, I'm really a multitasker. I'm sort of a power mom. I have my kids, I have my full-time job, and then I also have my business, which actually started off as a little hobby. And so it really shows how I can manage different things. The reason I came to Kenya right now is because when I do become the next apprentice, I don't know when the next opportunity I'm going to have to launch something like this. It's something that I've always had in the back of my mind, and I think this is the perfect time to launch something like this. I know how to hire people and employ them to actually manage this sort of a program and have it work perfectly. So it's a no-brainer for me. This has to come to Kenya, and this is the time to bring it.
Did you think of coming to Kenya to do some investment?
Yes, I really do believe that everything starts at home. You really have to bring everything home to be successful. And I have a lot of family here, and I really strongly believe that if I have a secure and strong foundation here in Kenya, then my life it will be successful regardless.
Maybe this one is out of the topic, but how about Kenya's diaspora? How have they received the new constitution?
They have been so receptive to it. It's been actually really exciting to hear that there's this new constitution that really opens the door to so many opportunities. There's so many things that I've read in the constitution that have changed that I think are so positive, and this is really the direction the country needs to go. I have a feeling that this change that has happened is really going to impact the country in such a way that people will start coming back home and really seeing how they can invest their time here in Kenya and make this country really, really great, because it has the potential and somebody just needs to make it happen, and we can make it happen.
On a lighter note, how is the mood in the apprentice right now?
The mood on The Apprentice right now is very serious. Final Four, the chances of becoming the next apprentice are just, slip on your fingers and you can get kicked off. And not necessarily for anything you did wrong, just you didn't work maybe harder than somebody else did. And so the team dynamic, I think, will be fine because the last 4 players who are left standing, I really get along with them well. And so I think we will work well together, but at the same time, it's a competition. And so I completely understand that it's serious. It's down, get dirty, and win this thing.
And what if I'm not saying maybe you will lose, but what if you lose?
I'm not going to lose, and so I really am confident, and I do believe that I am going to become the next apprentice. I think I have really, really shown all the different strengths that I have. I have so many opportunities to provide to Mr. Trump. I'm not just a lawyer. I'm not just a banker. I provide a different thing that Mr. Trump hasn't done before. I provide technology education. He has young children too. And so he'll completely see that my opportunities that I can bring him are really amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I really appreciate your time, and it's so exciting to be here. And my first day here in Kenya, I haven't been home in 3 years, and so it's so exciting, and I can't wait to talk to you all again. Thank you very much.